future of food retail will continue to be very dynamic. We've undergone great growth in the industry, and we at SPAR have benefited from that. And what's been driving our growth has been coming from proximity channel in Europe, but also from larger hypermarkets in the developing markets. So the food industry is a very broad question because it depends on what geography you look at it. From a SPAR context, we see great growth coming from proximity, convenience, mixed with experience in our strengths here in Western Europe, and from larger hypermarkets continuing to be the basis of our growth in Eastern Europe, where last year we saw growth of 17%. So double-digit growth coming from the hypermarkets in such markets as Hungary, in Croatia, but also into Russia. And these are more compact, fresh-centered hypermarkets, which brings together food retail and non-food, but more and more the in-store dining experience and a meeting experience for the consumers within the communities where these stores are based. So it's going to be more of a hybrid strategy that we see with our formats going forward, and also therefore more the integration of our online within the physical stores that we have. And we've been taking some great progress with that also in the Netherlands, where we started about 6 years ago integrating our neighborhood stores together with one platform of online retail. That has rolled out into numerous markets now, most successfully also in Norway, into China, and elsewhere. So, and Russia most recently as well. So it's going to be a continuous of hybrid of strategies which come together, which are localized. But what we do at SPAR is we share all those best practices within the group so everybody has access and benefit to them. What we're seeing is growth in proximity. So if you look at some of the research, IGD from the UK would be saying, in the markets where we operate in at SPAR, we see 15% channel growth in the coming 5 years in that channel. So proximity and convenience is the third fastest growing channel within Europe, Western Europe, behind online, which is coming from a much lower base, and from discount. So we think we're in a good place to be in terms of proximity retail. We have over 6,000 stores in the proximity channel in Western Europe alone. So we see that as a good basis for Western Europe. But as I alluded to earlier in my remarks, the developing markets for us are hugely important. We've grown our position in the Middle East. We're in 4 of the 6 GCC states in the Middle East, and that's seeing great growth for us. Eastern Europe, Russia, despite sanctions, despite political difficulties that we've undergone there, we're seeing this year growth of over 25% in Russia on 2018 numbers. So there's growth to be had, but one has to look out into new markets, new geographies, new opportunities, but transfer what works in some of the existing markets to those new markets. It's constantly changing. Years ago, people say it will be the end of the small stores. Small stores will be gone. It will all be taken over by the large superstores and the discounters. That has not transpired. We see growth, actually one of the fastest growing channel is coming in the small store sector. That is because of the changing demographics of households. In Europe, 1 in 3 households are single households. Take the Netherlands, where 2.3 persons is the average number of persons per household. Therefore, the need to be closer by, the need for proximity is forever driving. Those stores that were 10 years ago forecasted to be off the map are not off the map. They're actually in the center of growth. And we continue to see that channel performing well, but also, of course, integrating an online offer into that, which is what we've been doing quite successfully in Northern Europe, also with our partners in Norway and Denmark and elsewhere. So this combination of proximity together with online, I think, will be a very strong basis for the future.